I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary. Head down in the weeds.
Welcome to Module 2, the hire you never have to micromanage. Crafting the role, the ad, and the interview process that attracts leaders. Now that you've mapped out your business and personal bottlenecks in Module 1, you know what your top 5 goals are for your life, for your business. We're going to use that gold to create the foundation of a role that sets both you and your future EA up for long-term success. Because here's the thing. Most hiring problems start before the first interview. The role is unclear, the expectations are fuzzy, the job ad is generic, and the result, you attract task takers, not empowered partners. In this module, we're going to fix that. You are going to walk away with absolute clarity on the outcomes you want this person to own. What we call intrapreneurs in an entrepreneur's world. They own it. It's in their bone and their blood. Their name's just not on the front of the building. You're going to walk away with simple, powerful job description based on your real needs, not recycled templates that you get out of these attorney groups. A magnetic job ad that filters in the right people and filters out the wrong ones. And your non-negotiable lists to help you avoid repeating past hiring mistakes. Stop hiring out of pain. We're going to get ahead of this once and for all. So grab your Module 2 worksheet and let's dive in. Exercise number 1, define the role you actually need. Start by looking at your bottleneck list from Module 1 and ask yourself, what are the top 5 tasks that somebody else could take off your plate immediately from the day one that they are hired, and write them down. Pause with this and get really present. Hopefully by now, your worksheets, and they're called a worksheet for a reason, should have highlighters on them, side margins on them, maybe some sticky notes pointing from here to there. You're building a blueprint, you're building a roadmap. So immediately, what are the top 5 tasks that they could take off your plate? Don't get into the weeds of how long it's going to train them, what have you. Number 1, email management, delegating your inbox. That would be an example. When I went through this exercise, this was what was down for me. Number 2, managing my food and my water and my exercise. They are going to become my health builder coach and really making certain of that. These were top priorities for me. Number 3, going through my mail, going through the bills, calling and clarifying questions on Amex charges when we're double charged, going through my Amex and making me and sitting down with me every morning to abide by my goal to my business coach, which was spending 10 minutes every morning going through my Amex bill and asking myself powerful questions. Is this charge investing into my future, or is it a drain? Am I getting an ROI off this? If not, kill it or have the conversation with the vendor, what have you. Number 4 on my list was household management, grocery shopping, laundry, dry cleaning, washing the car, taking the dog to the groomer, so I can enjoy my weekends. So I no longer had to do these things during the weekend. Packing my suitcase for when I traveled, getting all of our camping gear together when we went camping, whatever it might be. This is why we had you track it for 2 weeks solid, including nights, weekends, Saturdays, Sundays, all those things. And if you were lucky enough and you could fit 8 days in a week. So we want all of it because you're going to get your life back. Not just your business days, but also your weekends. So these are some examples of that. Next, what are the 3 outcomes that this person will deliver consistently? This is bigger than just checking boxes. It's about what they will own and drive for you. The outcomes. What are the 3 outcomes for you? That you no longer have to worry about your inbox when you're in back-to-back-to-back client meetings, or step away to go have lunch with your significant other and fearful to take a vacation and then come back with where your whole world is wrecked and it's going to take you 5 days to catch up for the 4 days you took off. What are the outcomes? That you now get your visionary time, unapologetically, non-negotiable. That you get 1 day a week that you can work on your future self, your future business. It might be that you don't work on, you take Fridays off, completely off to do whatever you want to. But that is not going to be a visionary day. You also might have Wednesdays. This is my time template now. I want a Fridays off. I get to choose if I want to go to a conference, attend a webinar, go out hiking, or just piddle around my house, or catch up on my email or what have you. But it was not my visionary time. Wednesdays are my visionary time. Record videos, do podcasts, review marketing initiatives, look at funnels, any speaking presentations I'm doing, prepare for that. So I'm not doing it the last minute or on nights and weekends. So what are the 3 outcomes? Now, attorneys, I have to say this loud and clear. You have this worksheet with your module. You can print this out multiple times. You can actually write in pen and come back and scratch it out and start all over. This is why it's called a worksheet. It's constantly working, it's constantly evolving and changing. So don't overthink it, and don't think if you put pen to it. So often attorneys love pencils because they get to come back and erase it. Don't worry, you are going to be changing this along the way. Just get it down on paper right now of what you believe to be true based on the work you did in Module 1, now what we're doing in Module 2, the 3 outcomes. Great. Now we're going to build the actual structure of the role. We're going to move on to exercise 2 and draft your EA job description foundation. Don't worry, I got you. Now we're going to build the actual structure of the role. We're going to draft your executive assistant job description foundation. Again, not a one and done. So let's put your answers to work. The title of the role. What are you calling this position? Write it down on your sheet. Of course, you have a sample job description. You actually have the exact one that I used the very first time when I have my executive assistant, and now what our clients use. It does not have to be perfect. Keep it clear, keep it confident. Think of it like you're writing a meta ad to attract clients. Executive and personal assistant absolutely works. We don't want to get all creative with this. I've seen people do titles like Chief Happiness Officer, or they're getting all creative with these job descriptions. But at the end of the day, when you're writing a job ad, it's all purely based on SEO, search engine optimization. So there's not many people that are pouring into their training for a Chief Happiness Officer. Executive assistant, personal assistant, an executive and personal assistant, absolutely. So we really want to keep it clear and clean. So let's just start. What are you calling the position? My recommendation is you keep it clean and clear. And as a legal recruiter for 28 years, less is more. And it's all based on SEO and AI anymore anyways. So starting with, as an example, an executive and personal assistant. Personal and executive, or personal and business assistant. You can leave it that. Now, we're going to start crafting that ad. This role exists to one sentence summary of the purpose of this role. Again, I have a sample in the back end here for you. Example would be to support the CEO in operating at maximum strategic capacity by owning all administrative, personal, and executional support. period. Now move on to the key responsibilities. List 6 to 8 key responsibilities. These should be outcome focused. Remember we talked about that earlier? Not task-based. Outcome focus. Typically in olden days, old school ways, people would put responsibilities and have 42 bullet points here. I'm not saying they're only going to do 6 to 8, but you want to focus on the 6 to 8 here and keep it really clear and concise, because in this day and age, people are not reading job ads. And they're typically, as a job description from the day that they're first hired, this is going to be changing and evolving, even if this is not a newly created position and they're replacing somebody within your firm. So they're not going to be reading them. With smartphones, one-click apply, with AI applying, people are not reading job ads anymore. It's all based on the key words. That's why we want outcome focused. Calendar and email daily management and execution. Personal shopping and whatever it might be. You want the core responsibilities and their outcome focus. Whether they're daily, they're weekly, they're monthly, putting that in there. So if you think of it, how I like to do this exercise, think of it like a time template. If it's a part-time person or it's a full-time person or intend to turn into a full-time person, this will also help you to discern if you need a full-time or part-time person. So if your starting point right now is, it's only a part-time person, be incredibly clear what's part-time to you. 20 hours or 25? So just start where you're at, and if it's 20 hours a week, are they working every single day? You're like, it's flexible, what have you. My recommendation, it's not flexible. It matches your time template. If you take Fridays off and you don't work Fridays, then it's 4 days a week. But on your visionary day is all day Wednesday. That's a full day. You need them running to get you water. You need them to be your production cop and say, nope, don't turn email on. Nope, no distractions. Do not load up that cell phone, because you know your kids and your wife are going to have nothing but landmines in there. Stay focused. Get this webinar recorded, because the goal is that this generating additional $100,000 a month in revenue. Stay focused. So you got to get really clear on that. And you're writing this for their first hire, not for their future hire, like their first 30 days, especially if it's part-time. So core outcome focus. Okay, awesome. Now let's bring this to life in a job ad that excites the people and repels the wrong people. So this job ad is not for you. This is not a job description. We're not writing a corporate HR post. We are writing a Match.com post. Like you are trying to attract your ideal partner, whatever that looks like for you. It's clear, it's concise, it's well communicated, it's vibrant, it has energy, and it's disruptive with all the other lazy ads out there. You're writing a message that speaks directly to the high caliber EA you want by your side. We're hiring, title of the row, executive and personal assistant. How about that? Starting with there. We're looking for somebody who, isn't afraid to use their voice, somebody who has the confidence and the competence to lead, a energetic, easily distracted entrepreneur who is getting whacked every which way with their personal and professional life and doesn't even have time to use the restroom. That was literally the ad you'll see here in the samples within the workbook that I used to attract Brianna, my first executive assistant. I am a stressed out, crazy entrepreneur growing a team And I'm a single mom with a kid in college and one still in high school who doesn't drive. We have very messy SOPs. We need help with the CRM integration. I need someone to help with my dog. And when you come here, there's going to be literally no job description. Sound like something that you've done before and that excites you? I had to shut that ad down. No joke. I put it on Indeed. That was it. I literally, out of frustration at 10 o'clock at night, I'm like, am I even delegating this? I'm just going to put it out there. I had recruiters. I had a bookkeeper. I had a CFO and a CPA and what have you. I had my production and my salesperson, my marketing team, what have you, but I did not have anyone for me. And my energy was leaky and frustrating and stressed out all the time. And everybody felt it. So when I wrote the ad, I literally had to shut it down. 47 applicants, I think, in less than 1 hour. Put it up there, took a shower, got my stuff ready for the office in the morning, sat down and pulled up and Indeed, and I had to shut down because there were so many people that applied, and by gone, most of them were qualified. They're like, I eat this shit up. I love this. Let me tell you exactly what I've done for my previous startup, for my previous owner operator that I worked for, what have you. So you are going to be really clear and unapologetic about who you're looking for when you answer this question on the worksheet. This role is perfect for you if you're unflappable with a stressed out, crazy, high quick start, high voltage entrepreneur. If that's you, that you know how to manage, lead, and facilitate a conversation like a boss, and you do not care, you do not have head trash about interrupting somebody. You get the gist. So what you'll be responsible for. And again, being incredibly clear in that, what success looks like in this role. You know what success looks like in this role. If I can stay out of my inbox and I'm not worried about that, that is what success looks like. That I'm able to have my nights and weekends back with my family. That I'm able to get to soccer practice every Monday at 4 o'clock. I'm the coach or whatever it might be. You know what success looks like. We are not defining success by revenue. The revenue will come. It'll be a massive strategic byproduct from this. Bonus points if you have a coaching background, project management background, have worked as an executive assistant in the past. So 2 or 3 of them, no more than that. Don't overdo it. Here's why you'll love working with us and communicating about your culture. We're startup, we're scrappy, we're whatever it might be. This is not about that we have Cadillac benefits. That, why you love work, be honest, be real, be incredibly clear on what it looks like for you. Do not ChatGPT this. Do not go to TJ Maxx Home Goods and look for an empowering sign that does not resonate for you. Here's why you will love working for us. We take Fridays off, or we work really hard and it's chaotic and crazy, but we laugh at ourselves. And actually, our clients laugh at us too because they love our vibe and our energy, whatever it might be. And then, of course, you put to apply, and then you're almost there. But here's where I recommend that you have your anti-job ad list. And this really lets you avoid hiring deja vu or nightmares. Write down 3 qualities, habits, red flags you absolutely don't want. Pick from your past. Think about previous employees that you don't want in your next hire. So it could be smokers. I've had people that have said that. It could be somebody who wears heavy makeup and perfume. Our practice is in, Granola, California, or what have you, and we don't dress like that, and it impacts our brand, or what have you. Write down the things that you absolutely do not want in your next hire. Be as incredibly as specific as possible. I have had, when people have hired me for recruiting or what have you, I've had attorneys say to me, we cannot have somebody who is like overly drop dead gorgeous or attractive. First of all, my wife is incredibly jealous. I'm just going to put that out there. Every time I hired somebody that was very attractive, it caused problems in my family life. And I'm aware of it now after going through this exercise, and we absolutely cannot have that. Great. That is incredibly helpful, because through our vetting process and what have you, we will pay attention to that. Not to mention, we can't have somebody who is way too young. The average age of our staff is, and this is not about employment law and ageism and all that other crap. This is about finding you the right person right in your ideal list and your anti-job ad in regards to what you want. Some firms, smoking is a very big deal. Some firms, heavy perfume use and makeup use and all the bling and what have you. It's a big thing. You know it. So that wraps up Module 2. Your homework is to complete these exercises and finalize your job ad and your role description. The role description will change. This is what sets a tone for every conversation that comes next, from sourcing the interviews to onboarding. When you're ready, we'll move on to Module 3 and talk about how to poach like a pro, where I'll walk you through how to source, attract, and approach top-tier talent that's already winning somewhere else. Because great people aren't always looking, but when your ad speaks directly to their next level, they listen. So let's keep going, and we'll see you at Module 3.
I'm so tired of micromanaging. How do I train, manage, and lead? I can't find time to be visionary. Head down in the weeds.